Hello everyone. In this video, we will be discussing Module 5 overhead topic. So, in this overhead with indirect cost estimation and depreciation and cost estimation, we will be discussing. So first of all, what is this overheads? So overhead is nothing but all the indirect material costs, indirect labor costs, and indirect expenses are termed as overheads. Here, what do you mean by indirect material cost? Indirect material cost means when we fabricate any one particular model, when a designer is giving a particular a bill of material means we will be buying that one, but that doesn't include maybe the polishing cost, the painting cost, and even the additional in case of any damage of any one particular components which we bought already for the assembly, maybe they would have gone waste due to the some mistake of some a person. Again, we need to buy. So all this nothing but the indirect material cost and indirect labor cost. Indirect labor cost also like similarly. Initially, we would have planned okay for 1 or 2 person is sufficient to finish this particular assembly work for 2 days. But actually, within 2 days, a minimum of 4 labors are required. Or else, the same 2 labors have to do means 3 days or 4 days they have to work. So these are like indirect labor cost and indirect expenses, like which is usually not clearly mentioned in our the overall bill. So together of like altogether all these things will be calling it as the overheads, and this overhead may be classified into three major categories, that is production or factory overhead, office and administrative overhead, selling overhead, and distribution overhead. We'll discuss one by one. First of all, what do you mean by production overhead? Production overhead is also termed as factory overhead. Factory overhead includes indirect material, indirect labor, and indirect wages which are incurred in the factory. Example, rent of a factory buildings, repairs, depreciation, so wages of indirect workers, etc. You can take this example for anything, not only for there's any manufacturing company. You can take a software company, you can take an institution, a small scale company, or a big hospital, whatever the thing you can take it. So the rent of a factory building means maybe this month's rent is 10,000 rupees, say for example. After 1 year we cannot say like the rent remains same. The rent can be increased, and maybe if the demand is less, the rent can be decreased. Repairs, we cannot assure like all the 365 days the particular building will be in a good condition. If it is a heavy rain or if it is some other problem, electricity kind of things means okay, some additional charges will be there, and the wages of indirect workers or indirect labors also related to this repairs and the rent thing. Then moving to the second type, office and administrative overhead. So office and administrative overhead is the indirect expenditure incurred in formulating the policies, establishment of objectives, planning, organizing, and controlling the operations of an undertaking. So all office and administrative expenses like rent, staff salaries, postage, telegram, general expenses, etc. are examples. It is not only restricted only with these examples. Even few more examples also we can include or related to this administrative point of view. Then third one, selling and distribution overhead. It is the indirect expenses which are incurred for promoting the sales and distribution of goods until it reaches its destination. Example, advertisement, salesman's commission, salaries of salesmen, cost of warehousing, cost of packing, transportation, etc. See, you can take example of even any one particular, like a list of examples what I have given, any one particular example. For example, if I take advertisement, okay, I have done some investment for my new company. Even the product is also ready for sales, but how I may reach my product to all the customers? So I need to spend extra money for my advertisement. Or else the well-known example, if you take a movie, we can be able to take the producer is investing lots of money for making a movie. A movie is done, it is ready to release, but if the movie have to reach all the people means it has to advertise properly. So all these are the indirect expenses, and similarly the salesman's commission, the transportation costs, all these are the like examples of the selling and distribution overhead. Here you can able to see where I have listed out all the elements of cost. We have a direct material, a direct labor, direct expenses, and overheads only three major categories: factory overheads, office overheads, selling and distribution overheads. So very clearly we discussed in video 2 about the elements of cost, where direct material, direct labor and direct expenses we have discussed. Again I want to brief it once again here. Direct material is nothing but whatever money we are investing for directly, which is present in the document before it is taking its shape, which was decided by the team of members, the experts whom we can call, where they will be deciding for manufacturing or for fabricating so and so. This is the material is required. So this is, since it is proposed very directly with the known facts, so it is called as a direct material. Then direct labor, again looking at the condition, how many pieces I need, like the company how to manufacture and what is the target. So for that, how many labors are required? Again, it is a direct connection, because it has to be decided. Otherwise, we may end up with some kind of meshing kind of things. The direct expenses based on the direct material, the direct labor, the expenses have to invest directly based on the values or the price money, total money, whatever we are getting. Then overhead, just now we discussed factory overheads, office overheads, selling and distribution overheads, where I have given many examples for the factory, starting from the institution, a bakery, software company, or any manufacturing, mechanical, civil company, whatever the thing. Overhead, which is nothing but the additional expenses, just now as I said. Office overhead is related to only the administrative people, maybe the staff salary or the additional work of the particular person. Telegram, telephone, rent, like general expenses like tea, coffee, snacks, all those things will come under the office overheads. Then selling and distribution, as I said, advertisements, transportations, cost of the maintenance cost. So all those things will come under this particular category. Then cost sheet. So cost sheet or a cost statement we can call, which is a document which provides for the assembly of the estimated detailed elements of cost in respect of cost center or a cost unit. The analysis for the different elements of cost of the product is shown in the form of the statement called cost sheet. So we have many sheets, that is the prime cost, works cost, which is also called as the factory cost, then cost of production, then the fourth one is nothing but total cost or cost of sales. So all these things we will be discussing in detail in the upcoming video. So when the elements of cost is asked, if you just start the answer with this particular flow chart, then it will be easy for you to write the content with some related examples. Thank you.